So in step 5, we shall determine the actual design area of sprinkler operation, or we can say it as hydraulically most demanding area. So as I already told you before that we have considered quick response upright sprinklers in this project, and also for ordinary hazard group 1, the area of sprinkler operation or hydraulically most demanding area will be 1500 square feet. We already know the area of sprinkler operation, but here in step 5 I mentioned determine actual design area. Actual means it will depend upon the sprinklers as well. The area of operation might change depending upon the sprinklers as well. So basically, if we are using quick response sprinklers, then nfpa 13 states that this particular area of sprinkler operation can be reduced. So our remotest area of operation can be reduced if we consider quick response sprinklers. One second, I will scroll down. Here nfpa 13 has one graph. If we are using quick response sprinklers based on ceiling height, which is in feet on x-axis, and on y-axis percentage area of reduction to design area or percentage reduction to design area. This graph you can find in nfpa 13. Based on this graph, there is one formula y equal minus 3x by 2 plus 55. This formula has to be considered if the ceiling height is greater than or equal to 10 feet. Otherwise, we can reduce the area, design area, by 40% if the ceiling height is less than 10 feet. And if the ceiling height is greater than 20 feet, then y is 0. It means we have to consider the same area. So in our case, I will just rub it off. So in our case, since the ceiling height is exactly 20 feet, so the formula will be y equal minus 3x by 2 plus 55. So minus 3 into x is 20 feet divided by 2 plus 55. It will comes around 2 tenths minus 30 plus 55. It will comes about 25%. So y will be 25%. It means the area can be, or design area can be reduced by 25% if we consider quick response sprinklers with ceiling height 20 feet. So now 1500, so design area A will be, or hydraulically most demanding area A will be 1500 multiplied by 0.75. So it will comes around 1125 square feet. So the actual design area will be 1125 square feet. And now we need to calculate the length of the remotest area. I will just, due to space limitation, we will just try to remove some points. I will just give me half a minute. So here we just write the required data only. Okay. So here I will write with some other color. Here now we already got the hydraulically most demanding area, that is 1125 square feet. This is the first part in this step 5. Second part will be length of the remote area. How much will be the length to be considered for remote area? Actually, NFPA states that the remote area shape can be square or it can be rectangle. If we are considering remotest area in square shape, then length of the remote area will be 1 multiplied by root A. Okay, A will be the hydraulically most demanding area, so actual design area of sprinkler operation. If we are considering rectangle, which we are going to consider in our case, since this will be more challenging, so length of the remote area will be 1.2 multiplied by root A. So therefore, if you are considering this rectangular remotest area, then length will be 1.2 multiplied by root of the design area 1125 square feet. So it will comes around 40.25 feet. It means approximately 40 feet 3 inches. So the length will be, this length has to be, remotest area length has to be 40 feet 3 inch. It means this length has to be 40 feet 3 inch. Plus we need to add enough sprinklers so that the remote area will be at least 1125 square feet. So we need to draw this rectangular remotest area here. Since this is the last sprinkler, we can assume that the most demanding sprinkler might be this one. Most demanding sprinkler might be this one, but it depends. We have to check later on. So now finally in this step 5, we will calculate the minimum number of sprinklers to be considered in this particular area of operation. So now I will take one more color, or maybe red might be better. So minimum number of flowing sprinklers in this remotest area will be, there is a formula as per nfpa 13, remotest area by coverage area of one sprinkler. So it means minimum number of sprinklers, flowing sprinklers we call, minimum number of sprinklers will be remotest area by coverage area of one sprinkler. So remotest area will be 1125, it means hydraulically most demanding area, divided by coverage area of one sprinkler, we already know 126 square feet. So it will comes around 8.9 sprinklers. So basically we need to round off this to 9 sprinklers. So just I will rub this one, erase this one, so that we will mention 2-3 things. Okay, so in conclusion we will just write the length of the remotest area will be 40 feet 3 inch, and third one will be number of flowing sprinklers will be 9. So in this step 5 we calculated the remotest area of sprinkler operation and length of the remotest area and number of sprinklers. In next step we shall draw the rectangle, or we can say that the hydraulically most demanding area.